Dr. Carter G. Woodson is known as the father of Black history, an African American, an historian, author, journalist, and founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. Truly, one of the giants that afforded people with the opportunity to stand on his shoulders while making positive contributions within our society. Born Margaret Ann Johnson, April 4th, 1928, widely and better known as Maya Angelou, an autobiographer and a poet who has been called America's most visible Black female autobiographer by a scholar named Joanne M. Braxton. Maya Angelou is best known for a series of 6 autobiographical volumes which focused on her childhood and early adult experiences. The first and the most highly acclaimed, I Know Why a Caged Bird Sings, in 1969, tells of her first 17 years. It brought her international recognition and was nominated for a National Book Award. She has been awarded over 30 honorary degrees and was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize for a 1971 volume of poetry, Just Give Me a Cool Drink of Water Before I Die. We're fortunate to have Miss Melissa Ellis, a native of Virginia, and have worked with the United States Marine Corps at the 6th District Headquarters for almost 9 years. Miss Ellis has a true passion for spoken word and poetry. It is her desire to use the art not just to have fun, but to address many social issues plaguing the world. Ms. Ellis has performed at many local venues, as well as doing ceremonies for on Marine Corps Recruit Depot Paris Island and at the Naval Hospital. Please join me in welcoming to the lectern Ms. Melissa Ellis.
Hello, everybody. When I was asked to do this, I found the topic African Americans in the Civil War to be a little bit challenging. The Civil War is something that most African Americans don't even really care to remember all that much, let alone reenact or think about on a regular basis. So it made me think. Hopefully this will make you think as well. The poem is titled Blacks Fought Too. What do you think when you hear the words American Civil War? Do you look beyond reenactments and Confederate flags to see what people really gave their lives for? For some, it was a fight for property rights, but it goes so much deeper than that, you see. For the blacks in this country at that time, the fight was not to even be considered property. This was a fight for freedom. And from this fight, heroes were made. And while some of them became famous legends, many others, well, into the background they faded. Sadly, the ones who are mentioned the least had the biggest stake in that fight. Yet they're forgotten or ignored or dismissed without care. And something about that just don't sit. So today we will honor those often forgotten, some of this country's bravest women and men, who were never given the credit that they were due because of the darker hue of their skin. Yes, I said the darker hue of their skin. And hopefully this isn't a shock to any of you. But I proudly proclaim, just in case that it is, that yes, blacks fought too. Some were forced to fight by their slave owners and suffered violence and inequality all the way, but carried out the mission with valor and strength, even though it meant they may never see a free day. Others willingly chose to fight and did so accepting good and bad, because the risk of death for the hope of being free was really the only choice that they had. They too put their lives on the line, and ignoring their loved ones' cries filled the jobs that many others feared as frontline soldiers, recruiters, and even spies. Women, though denied the chance to fight, refused to do nothing and just let things get worse. So they volunteered their time however they could, serving as a laundress, a teacher, or nurse. The contribution of blacks to this historical war are an important part of our country's history. Not just because it's Black History Month, but because without them, this country would not be. And for the record, it's not just Black history I'm speaking of, not something that's important to only a few. It's American history we're speaking of. So remember, blacks fought too. Thank you very much.
From our community here in Beaufort, we have Ms. Taisha Johnson, as she is going to delight us with her praise dance titled, I Believe, by James Fortune. Please join me in welcoming Taisha Johnson.
You already see yourself out of the storm. The clouds will move. It's time for you to smile again. Come on, Sean. I believe family will get better. I believe God will provide. God's already pre-approved you for it. Come on, somebody. I believe that my God is a healer. Yes, He is. And I believe that I will survive. Oh, I believe that God is able. Tells us that if any two of us shall agree on anything on earth, that God will do it for us in heaven. And I know sometimes life has a way of knocking you down to the point where you can't even pray for yourself. But today I want to agree with you that it's getting ready